Is this thing on?
Back to another episode of Spooled Life Live. We are in the beautiful Roy's Bait and Tackle Studio here in Corpus Christi, Texas, where I have another hell of a show for y'all. Guys, if y'all are barely cruising in at Corpus, y'all maybe want to see the show live. We're here. As soon as you walk in to Roy's Bait and Tackle, you're going to see the extensive supply of kayaks that we have here. We're probably the most supplied kayak dealer in South Texas. But we got them here. You know, you're not going to have to wait for your kayak to show up or anything. You want the kayak that's here, we got the staff to load it up on your truck today, right? You're going to walk in through the door, the big red door. You're going to say hi to Ralph. You're going to say hi to Russell there in the front. You can probably say hi to Beefy, there to help y'all with all y'all's inshore needs, whether it be lures, some A&M lures, coastal brew bait lures, some JRZ lures, some DOA lures, some K-Wiggler lures, or some
Texas Custom.
there you go, Texas custom lures. Man, those are probably, whew, you're gonna be dropping down at least $20 bill for one of them lures. But they work.
They
right?
do.
They work. They're nice and shiny. They produce some good fish, right?
They do.
You're probably gonna pass by the Sarge custom rods. You're gonna pass by the Waterloo rods, right? Shout out to all them out there watching today. And then you're gonna walk into the fly shop, right? Another extensive supplied shop here in the South Texas area, Corpus Christi area, right? Anything you could need to fly fish, we got it here at Roy's Bait and Tackle. I'm going to talk to the extensive staff and knowledgeable staff here at Roy's, Joel Cala being one of them. Wade fishing, you're going to come up the stairs, you're going to see the wade fishing, you're going to see my man over here, new employee here, getting after it, selling some wade fishing gear for even kids. You know what I mean? We don't just accommodate to the adult anglers here, we also accommodate for the upcoming kid anglers that are wanting to get into the business or just to have fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta be set up to just have fun nowadays. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna look immediately to the left, and you're gonna probably see two of the most handsome men that have walked the face of the earth. You know what I'm talking about? Guys, thank y'all for tuning in. I got my main man, Anthony Garcia, here in the studio with us today. And boy, do we got a hell of a show.
Oh yeah.
Let's make sure that we got all of our outlets pumping out here. Everything's running. We're having an issue with the comments, of course. And we can't see the comments on my PC, but I can see them on the cell phone. First comment of the day is not sure if it's only me, but sound is kind of low. Raise it up on y'all's end. Plug in that subwoofer. You know, go to y'all's car and cruise around and put that thing on 60. You know what I mean? And drive around. Go get you a raspa. You know, cruise over to the snow cone play. There you go, and get you a large fruit cup, pineapple, strawberry, cantaloupe.
Mm-hmm. I like Sonic.
Oh, Sonic? Sonic's got fruit cups?
Well, they got the creamsicles.
Oh, yeah.
And slushes with the ice cream in it. Yeah. Pretty good.
They call that the creamsicle, I think.
Yeah.
Ice Sonic.
Yeah.
Ice cream.
Creamsicle.
Ice cream slush. Creamsicle? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Creamsicle. All right. Yeah.
They're pretty good.
That might be a winning question for later on. What was that shit called, right? Peggy Goohilly is in the house. Roland Gonzalez, of course, is in the house. Roel Fria. So let's get this day started, guys. We got a lot to cover. We got some amazing current events to cover. But first, in good Spooled Life Live fashion, what are we drinking to, Anthony?
I'm drinking a
No, what are we going to drink to?
oh
Man, let's drink to all the veterans.
Veterans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're a veteran yourself,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
Right.
sir.
Your veteran brothers and sisters out there,
Of course.
fighting for our country, right?
Yeah.
And for everybody that's already out too, like yourself, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your service.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank
thank
you.
you everybody else as well.
Yep. And the past fisherman from the Islanders Anglers yesterday.
G,
G.
your
My
buddy G, right?
got third place. So
Yeah, there you
he
go.
did a pretty good job, and not too bad.
Is Liam Qureshi?
Yeah.
Is that G?
No.
No.
No. Now this is another veteran.
What did Liam get?
Honestly, I don't know, but I did talk to G, and they caught 2 6-pounders and 2 7.5 7-pound redfish. It was
Oh,
the
wow.
bag was two trout, 2 reds. They got third place. Not bad.
We're gonna get into that tournament, but man, we didn't know what the win was gonna be.
Yeah.
And I know we're gonna get a comment, man. You know, just go fish.
Yeah.
Right.
Go have fun.
Who cares if the wind is high or
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cheers to all.
Cheers, brother. Not bad.
I'm drinking a limited edition Crawford Bach, home of the Houston Astros. I don't know if I want to be a Houston Astros fan this year, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care for baseball,
Yeah, right.
but I do care about the Cowboys, which really doesn't
Yeah.
matter either.
Yeah, that's about the same, right? Well, I think we lost a bunch of our good players,
Yeah.
the Astros.
Yeah.
But I think we're back to the growing the team.
Yeah. Restarting.
Why? You know, I don't understand.
And it's just like the Patriots back in a while back. They were really good for
Yeah.
years, 5, 6 years, something like that. And you just restart.
So you're a football player.
I was in high school, but my passion is fishing. It is what it is. While I was away for overseas for 8 years,
Oh wow.
it was a little bit of a challenge trying to fish places and get
Oh, yeah,
your
for sure.
license for different places to go fish. But it's like they say, nothing is. There's no place like home.
Oh yeah, definitely. And home is Corpus?
Home is Corpus. Actually, I'm from Portland,
Okay.
but I fish these waters now that I'm in it. I don't live over there. I used to fish anyways a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Before they started putting all them rocks away.
Portland shoreline,
Ruining
Ocean Drive, all the way to, my mom taking me to Indian Point, while she was going through nursing school. So, Indian Point growing back up then, when the limit was 10, it was pretty good, man.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. Those were the days.
You know, the limit was 10 and you'd be lucky to catch 3. And then the limit was 5.
Yeah.
You'd be lucky to catch 2.
Yeah.
And now the limit is 3 and you're lucky to catch.
Yeah. 17 through 23.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Something like that.
Well, we'll talk about that in the current events.
Right.
But who down in Portland, when did the whole fishing start for you? Or outdoors? Are you an outdoorsman or just like a fisherman?
I know I'm an outdoorsy guy, I've always loved the outdoors. I started hunting when I was little, little kid, BB guns, shooting birds out of the trees. I grew up on a 10-acre lot or ranch,
Okay.
so, having a lot of
And this was before Portland is what it
was
is now,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, this was back in. I'm from there, so I started first grade all the way through high school.
Yeah, now they got a Chick-fil-A and everything.
Yeah, I know. And they got a Target.
But they still got the Kmart of them?
That was gone a long time ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very, very long time ago. But this is funny. I actually caught my first trout on spec rigs, and they sold them there. And so I would
At
go
Kmart?
there. Yeah, at Kmart.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what got me addicted to lure fishing, is using the spec rigs.
That was probably the first supermarket, I guess you could call it. Right?
Yeah.
Supermarket?
Yeah.
Like a super.
Yeah. Like
Right.
you could buy clothes, you could buy
Fishing
groceries,
tackle,
anything
Yeah.
you want.
Now HEB's doing it.
Oh yeah, HEB Plus and Flower Plus. You can
Yeah.
buy reels, all that stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, they're not as good as the ones we got here.
Oh no, not of course not, man.
Yeah.
Of
If
course
you're in a
not.
bind, you know what I mean? If you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
go fish like
6 days or
behind the
7
trade
days a week.
center or something, somewhere
Yeah.
back there. I'm sure there's some sort of body of water back
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then all right. But,
Yeah.
Right. So then what, man? You go to Indian Point, you're cruising around Indian Point.
Yeah,
That was a badass pier.
it was really, really, really great. It produced a lot of fish. Everybody knew the third light pole,
Yeah.
you know,
A
and
lot of
then
big reds too and big drum.
big black drum on the far right side. Then you got the orchard bed on the left hand side at the end of the
It's
T-head on the
seasonal though,
left.
right?
It's very seasonal.
Yeah.
But and when I was growing up, my grandma had a Mexican food restaurant,
Oh wow.
and
They're
it
in
was called
Portland?
Mary's. Yes, right next
Okay.
to the Dairy Queen. It's still open
Oh
today.
wow.
And I used to see all the fishermen. They would come out of Nueces, and they fished old Carolina rigs. And so, um, one day I just got that itch, like, hey, I want to go. I want to go do the same thing. They would show me their ice chests and everything, and it was really awesome to see. And they're like, yeah, you can go right here off the pier. And, I go there in the mornings and fish with the older men and kind of.
How old were you at this time?
I want to say I was about 12.
Okay.
And I mean, ever since then, it just never stopped.
And your mom or dad would just go drop you off?
My mom, she would drop me off, and she would come back for me. I don't know, maybe later on in the day, and then she'd drop me back off at night for night fishing.
Oh wow!
Yeah. And then when she was going through nursing school, she was sit in her chair, she would, study, and I would just catch trout. And she's listening right now. My mom is the first one that showed me how to fillet a fish.
What's your mom's name? Can we say her name?
Her name is Pamela Farias.
Pamela Farias. Here's to you.
Yep.
Mr. Raising a hell of a young man.
We love that woman.
I think that's where it starts, man, is the parenting.
Yes.
I mean, yes, you get that oddball kid that is just super sharp, right? And it's like, you know what? I need to get out of this lifestyle. I want to just walk to Indian Point, and you know what I mean? But I feel like parenting goes a long way, just getting your kids.
Oh yeah.
Involved in the outdoors. I mean, hunting, it's hard to say hunting because it's expensive. You can't just cruise up to a side of the road and start hunting, I mean,
yeah.
You get in some trouble if you start doing something like that. But fishing,
yeah, anybody could do it.
Yeah, that's a little difficult too. You got to get fishing license, and if your mom or your dad is like let's say your story. I'm sorry, Miss Farias, but you're the first one that came in my head. Your mom's going through nursing school, right? Maybe something's happening. Y'all are struggling. You know what? Well, my little kid here, Anthony's young enough that he don't need a fishing license. I'm just gonna go drop him off, and I'm gonna just be chilling there. And then the game warden will say,
yeah,
and they're like, "Hey, where's your fishing license?" Hey, well, I'm 8 years old. I don't need one.
Yeah.
And then what are you doing? I go, well, my mom's over there.
Yeah.
Hey, well, where's your fishing license? So I don't have one. I just dropped them off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think those were the good old days. Whenever that they weren't so bad.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
So,
yeah, that's why they're trying to do away with them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Right.
Yeah. No,
we're gonna talk about that in our current.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
Let's don't get too deep and piss everybody off. Man, because people didn't like that.
No, not
they
at
don't
all.
like that, dude.
Oh, no.
Man, fitness. You're a pretty peak performance, right?
I'm not a professional athlete, but I do like the gym. It's been one of those things that's I've become as I've become older. It's my ego, it stays at the door.
Because how old are you?
I'm 37. I'll be 38 in April.
Oh, you're still young. But if we had a shirt taker offer contest right now, you'd probably win that bout. I feel.
I've been doing it for a while. I would say more of a lifestyle for me is working out. My passion, fishing. Definitely fishing.
You're quick to, do you have any meal preps?
Honestly, I tried that for a very long time, and
shit don't work, right?
Does it? It works, but some people, everybody's different. And that's what you got to take in consideration because, when you're dealing with, health and fitness and you're trying to eat healthier, and everybody's going to have a different metabolic rate. So you got to figure out what works for you. And it's just like fishing, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I like using this color. Well, I like using this brand. hey, whatever's your confident color or your confident bait, and whatever you're confident in using that day, that's what you go with.
Yeah.
You go with your first gut.
I talked to a guy yesterday, David Yarial. He's one of those Braun Egg Lakers.
Oh, okay.
Like they're in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Right. Shout out to all the Braun Egg Lakers.
Yeah. They got some good redfish.
Yeah, they do, man.
And they fight.
He was like, man, I'm going to be cruising up to Corpus Monday. What type of lures should I use? And I was like, man, dude, I really stick to the same lures, year round. Clear water, dark water,
Yep.
medium water, no water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might carry a few different styles, but chances are I'm always going to revert to that same lure that I use. Right? It's a curl tail lure, greenish, purplish, glitterish. You know what I mean? No, it's a JRZ actually. Kicker tail.
I haven't tried those yet.
Yeah. I don't think they make this color anymore.
Okay.
It was called Wicked.
Wicked.
Yeah, the Wicked color. It was like in between Jokerish.
Okay.
Jokerish. Ninja Turtle-ish.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Kind of one of those colors. And they don't make it no more, man. So I got up with Jerry from JRZ's and I said, dude, we need to bring back this color. He was like, man, it didn't sell. I was like, dude, I can't stop catching fish off this color. He was like, dude, I have 50-gallon drums. Wow, you could have them all. I can't sell them.
Can't beat it.
And I said, dude, I got a U-Haul truck. And I cruised over to the JRZ headquarters in McAllen.
Yeah.
I loaded up the U-Haul truck. I got like over 4,000.
Wow.
Wicked.
That's awesome, man. Good guy. Good guy.
I love it, guy. Shout out to them. Right? Hey, well, you know what? I'm going to stop right now and I'm going to give a shout out to the 2025 Spool Life Live headline sponsors. Roy's Bait and Tackle, Sarge Custom Rods, AFTCO, Coastal Brew Baits, Cito Corpus Christi, Carbach Brewery, Jason Flores Realty, and Feral Concepts. Some of the best brands out there, right?
I think actually Feral Concept 2 is a veteran as well.
Yeah. Hell yeah. He is. Darren over there with Feral Concepts.
Makes pretty good gear.
Any fish, any water. Established in 1958, the American Fishing Tackle Co. crafts apparel that provides protection from the elements and precision. Built tackle design to catch the fish of a lifetime. We pledge 10% of profits to fishing conservation. I mean, why would you want to wear anything else? Let's give a shout out to the 2025 headline sponsors of Spool Life Live.
Remember,
without you all, we'd probably be burning the brisket somewhere.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sunday, enjoy it. It's a good line out.
No Cowboys games right now.
No, don't have to be sad.
No Houston Astros games.
No
Texas Rangers.
No.
The Hooks aren't playing.
No.
Nobody at the Aviator Stadium. Even Robstown.
What else? There's fishermen in the water right now. That's all one's in there.
That's it, man. People are probably watching over there at Gabe Lozon.
Yeah.
They're probably in the carts.
Yeah.
Instead of listening to music, they got the show. They're listening to the show, right?
Yeah.
Cruising around the third hole.
Yeah.
They've already ran into the beer lady.
Oh yeah.
On the third hole.
Yeah.
So they probably asked for an N8.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just kidding. My main man Anthony here is drinking Carbach N8, non-alcoholic, right? Recycled, 35 IBU, 12 fluid ounces, multi-bev, right? Man, so how many years have you been NA?
I say it started back in 3 years ago.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, being overseas, and you tend to lose that connection with some friends, and you kind of miss that stuff.
Yeah,
go through a little bit of, life changes and stuff like that. So, me previously going through school last year, finally graduating. So it was a good deal.
Oh yeah.
So
What did you go to school for?
petrochemical chemistry.
Oh wow. So you're pretty smart too.
No,
Yeah, so outdoors, handsome, smart, fit.
all I need is a boat.
That's true. Are you married?
No.
Oh wow. Good guy. Ladies, don't come attacking Roy's Bait and Tackle now, right? Y'all hold on and wait till the show's over. Right? I'm just kidding. Man, so there's a lot of I'm a kayaker, you know. Most of the time if I'm fishing, I'm gonna be on the kayak, right? I might have a buddy that's on a boat. I might have a buddy that likes to wait fish. You know what I mean? I might have the every now and then buddy that's offshore, you know. Um, but me, I'm a kayak.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fitness that goes into kayak.
A lot.
I mean, there is some overweight kayak, right? Especially with the motors, the higher end motors coming out, right?
Yeah. Now that you say that, it brings me back to.
And don't get mad at me, guys. This is just the real, raw, and live part of the show here, right? We're trying to better ourselves.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, I had a kayak for a little bit and I tried it. It just the one that I had was like a barge. It was like 42 inches wide. I think it was like 2018 or something like that. From
What year was this?
yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, this had to be back in like 2017.
Oh wow,
maybe 2016.
Oh yeah.
And it was an Ascend 2018. I mean, this thing was a barge, and go up against.
Thank you, Joe.
You
Joe Alcala in the house, guys. If y'all need to cruise in and anything fly fishing, wade fishing, I didn't mean to watch.
Oh no,
Fly fishing, wade fishing, cruise in, and Joe Alcala and the rest of the Roy's Bait and Tackle staff will be able to help. Man, so keep telling me about the barge.
So this thing, it was good, but going with the current, as you know, as a kayaker, you don't really have to go that.
This was a paddle.
This was a paddle.
Back in 2017, we were all paddling still.
Yeah. I didn't have the luxury of having a
pedal drive
or have a
drive.
all that stuff. Yeah, I think they just came out with the Outbacks and the 12 Ts.
Yeah.
So those are the good ones. But and then you get out there and you find the tide starts to go out, and you're going against it, going it back home, and man, just carrying that's the stick with the way I'm trying to paddle, just going against the current. I mean, I couldn't believe it. It was just, I was like, oh my god, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Yeah,
keeps pushing me back.
Okay.
And I mean,
you would have hated to fish in Louisiana.
Oh yeah, definitely. I hear it's pretty bad, the current, but I mean, I just couldn't do it anymore. It was just too much work as far as being by myself, and not to mention this kayak was pretty big. It was pretty big.
Right. I think back in 2017, it probably was even earlier than that. I think I started back in 2008-ish. And I was on a Cobra fishing dive. And that thing was every bit of 50 something inches wide. I think 12-ish, 13-inch long. Paddle. Paddle kayak. But it was a paddleable kayak. But I mean, you're still paddling.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
It had one of them sticks, like you say, those prehistoric.
Yeah, and then not only that, you got to go buy, one that's for it, got a little bit wider gap.
Yeah, they go by your height.
Yeah, it just got a little bit too much. And I mean, I tell you what, man, those tides they'll wear you out pretty quick.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm full blown motor now. And still, we fished a tournament in Louisiana, and the tide was just so weird.
Yeah,
that it was just flowing.
Oh wow!
Like you could see this tide flowing.
Wow!
Like if you threw a beer can out, of your kayak.
Yeah.
Like that thing, you wouldn't be able to catch up to it.
Oh, wow.
And we had to cross it. It was like a bottlenecking into this area we launched at.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, of course, I have probably one of the best motors out there. It's a Torpedo, 3 horsepower, and I put that thing in full blast, and I hit that current head on, and it literally turned my kayak around.
Oh, goodness.
I could have flipped,
Yeah.
but thank God I didn't. But it instantly turned my kayak around, bro. Like it was just turned it around. You're not coming through. And I'm like, man. I looked at my buddy, which he's got a motor on his kayak. I mean, it's sometimes works and sometimes doesn't, kind of motor, right? And I said, dude, this is gonna be
gnarly.
Yeah, this is gonna be pretty tough, bro, to go through. So we got through it eventually, man. But it was, dude, we had to bust out the paddle, we had to bust out the foot drive, like just to burst through that thing.
Yeah.
Dude. Once you're in, I guess,
Yeah.
your kayaks are aerodynamic. You could, but it's just getting in there is the tricky.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. And that was another problem too, was having that. And like I said, it was a bar, but it was heavy. It was really heavy. It was huge.
Yeah. Talking about heavy kayaks, I've always told everybody that heavy is only a truck to the water pump.
Yes. Agreed.
You're not going to be carrying this thing in the water,
No.
right? But you still have to, if you're paddling. Now we say that because we got motors.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Let the motor perform. Right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're every bit of 30 years old, you got to get this kayak off the truck. You got to get it to the water.
Then
Sometimes you got to pull this thing to the water.
Oh, yeah. Easy. Sometimes maybe 75, 100 yards, depending on if there's, you got mud, you can't get close enough.
And then you're going to fish all day long.
Yeah.
Then you're going to catch a bunch of fish.
Yeah.
And then you got to take this thing, the water, back into the truck.
And then go clean those.
After an all-day trip. That's tough, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on some of the best kayaks. I've been on all the best kayaks out there, pretty much. I've pretty much owned every single badass kayak around. And I've completely have done away with a drive.
Really?
No prop drive, no fin drive, not even a paddle.
What?
Well, I got a push pull.
Yeah.
That's what I use. A push pull. I think I'm more of my trips are more effective with a push pull than a fin. Right?
Yeah. Well, you do pretty good. You make it look pretty easy. I've seen a bunch of your videos and your yaks and yakin videos, and you do pretty good, man.
Thank you so much. I'll drink to it.
Get to this. Good fish.
Thank you. So you yourself are a hell of a fisher and a conservation of right?
I don't like to keep a lot of fish.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, wow. So you're quick to tell somebody, hey, you know what, man? You need to let go of that. You need to release that foot.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
Like if somebody's catching a big fish and you see them and they're putting it on the stringer.
My word is definitely is like, hey, man, why don't you take a picture that'll last longer? Said anything rude?
Why don't you mind your own business?
No. Actually, I'll knock on wood on that one. I've never had into any problems with that. Though more than likely, they're like, oh man, you're right, and it's like, hey, I'll take a picture for you,
right? Well, we're talking about a pretty significant fit. Like you're not supposed to keep it, or within the limits.
I would say a 28 is probably what I've seen the biggest on a stringer. 28 inch.
But that was when we could keep.
Yes, but
one or
yeah,
something,
yeah,
right?
you can keep one, and it was more like, hey, maybe next time, now that you got this one, and then
You saw a 28-inch trout on the string.
it was dead already.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So I was kind of late to the party,
Yeah,
and I was like, well, if it would be different if I was there, right? So, I would be like, hey, let's take a picture for you. That way it lasts longer. You already
right.
got a, stringer full of fish.
Yeah, so you weren't like, hey, I want y'all to throw that fish back, and they were like, hey, well, it's dead, and then you were like, hey, I didn't ask you if it was alive or not. I want I want you to throw that fish back, and
Yeah,
then they throw it back, and then you're over there
yeah.
trying to get it and take it home, and no, man, because I'd be kind of scared, man.
You
Like
know,
it, like if I got a 28-inch trout and I got it on the stringer, and then like I hear somebody from afar, hey, why don't you throw that fish back? And then I see it's you, and I'm, oh shit, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's all, the outdoors, it all applies, whether it's hunting, it's fishing, uh, especially when it comes to fishing,
Yeah,
it's all more so much setup, right?
right,
If you get in the blind, you got a 100-yard shot. All right.
right.
Fishing is a little bit different. You're gonna go out, you probably got stuff on your head, and boom, there you go.
Yeah, you don't even know the fish is
Yeah, the
there.
fish isn't even there. You just went out. And surprisingly, you caught a
Yeah.
28-inch trout.
If you're gonna shoot a deer, you know the deer's there.
It's gonna
You
be.
already see it.
You probably already got, a guide with you,
Yeah.
So, when it comes to that, that's a little bit different. But when it comes to the fishing, I think we should have, a little bit more of a conservative side. Yes, we have probably the best waters for trout in all of South Texas,
Yeah,
all the way up even, Beaumont, Galveston area and stuff like that.
yeah, for sure.
Our waters are
Except for redfish, maybe.
yeah,
Redfish
yeah,
up there
redfish in
are a little.
Louisiana are just
I
like,
think we got the good trout,
yep,
and they got the good red.
yeah, it's like an even swap. They
Yeah,
got the redfish, we got the trout. Um, and I've done some fishing all the way up to Beaumont area, Galveston. Their water is very, very deep. Here, I think our average depth, even in Corpus Bay, is like 17 feet. So you can get around here without a boat. And I'm not saying you walk away to bathroom or anything like that,
right.
but you can walk a pretty long distance and do a pretty good chance of catching a pretty good fish. But it's ultimately up to you what you want to do with it.
Right.
But the best thing to do that I always tell people is like, hey, if
What
you're not
is
going to
the
use it or if you're not going to keep it, just let it go. Take a picture of it. It's
some people think they just have to keep
yeah. Just like
like
take it on
have to keep.
steroids. Hey, look at this fish I caught.
Yeah,
Okay,
they don't
great.
even own a fillet.
Oh, don't or that. They miss all the meat.
Oh yeah. Like it's their first fish and
Yeah,
they're gonna try it. This is a trial.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. And that's usually what gets them pretty addicted. Trout, not big trout. I think it was like maybe like 15. It was like 22 inches, and I was all excited. It was a surf trout. I said, "Wow, man, it's awesome." Wait, wait, hit it. That's what I got addicted to. Was the thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the biggest trout you've caught?
The biggest one I got to date is 30 and a half.
Oh wow. Did you eat it?
No, I did not. I took a real good picture of it and let her go.
What was the weight?
I do not know. I cannot tell you. Don't get me lying, but 30 and a half, pretty fat. I would say probably about 8,
And you still want to go back
every day.
and want to catch something.
I'm still trying to beat that 30.
That's
Some people will
crazy,
say
right?
like, "Oh man, you already got your 30." I'm
Yeah.
like, no, man, I need to catch bigger. There's bigger out there.
Right.
It's not about, like I said, it's not just about the catch, the set. It's everything that you put into it. The stuff is. They said, this is a prime spot for fishing for real fishermen. So the money that you put into your gear, you want the best.
Right.
So if you're going to go out there, you might as well try your best. And, whatever work you're going to put in, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
You're going to do whatever it takes. And I think, as a fisherman, I believe that if you're doing all this, then what are you doing it for?
Right.
You know, what is it for? Social media, you know, I know a lot of people will see my pictures and stuff like that. And, you know, I'll get asked, hey man, send me that location. Oh man.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh my God, no way. Like, if I tell that, you know, one person, there'll be 8 people there tomorrow, you
Yeah.
know, but that's the thing, you know, that's why being conservative, having fish that you're not going to keep, even though they might be in the actual uh, limit size. Hey, it's okay. Going back. You can come back another day and they're still going to be there. We're not going to go anywhere. I don't think people understand that, you know? And I really wish that there was more people that were really concerned about that. And I get it, you know, guys, they got jobs and, you know, they got customers. They're paying big money. And I get that.
Right.
But, you know, I do agree with the new regulations that they got going. At first, it was like, and now I kind of see it. You know,
Do you
we've
think
had a
these
really great
guides
year.
should have college degrees?
No, not college degrees. I think it's
Like a biology degree or something?
no. I mean, it's almost like okay, if your dad was a mechanic, right? Yeah, you can go to a school, get a business marketing degree or something like that. But I mean, when you're actually learning from the man yourself, like say your pops and he's actually teaching, you're getting hands OJT on, you know, right there and then instead of having to worry about say 20 or 30 people in your class.
Yeah.
You know, you grew up doing that. So
Yeah, that's true.
you know, I mean, it's just like some of these guys out here that are up and coming. You know, their dads are, you know, gotten anymore. They're giving their customers to their son.
Oh, yeah.
And they're passing it on.
Yeah.
And you know, that goes for you know, for waypoints, that goes for lines and graph. I mean, those are just sweet spots, you know.
Right.
Fish are always going to be there. It's just one of those things that are passed down. But if you're somebody that doesn't, you just got to work a little bit harder.
Yeah. Because a lot of these guides, they're just full blown day one.
Oh yeah,
No mom and dad
yeah, no,
to give waypoints or lines.
No.
They're just, guess what?
yep,
I want to be a guide.
yep. It's going to take a couple props to lose, but hey,
Yeah.
one day,
Yeah.
you know, those props will tend to.
Those are the guys I think should have a degree.
Yeah, I mean, to a certain
You know?
to a certain extent, I'm talking about like you know marine life or something like
Yeah,
that.
like some
You know,
sort of
maybe
certification.
maybe like a I see what you're saying. Maybe like a captain's license. You know, maybe go through like a week class of hey, this is
Well, I
what you
think
gotta
they
look
do,
for.
right? Or no?
Well, I haven't taken the captain's license class, and I tend to do it.
Yeah.
It's
'Cause I know
just
when I took mine, I took counts.
yeah, and I don't know what they talk about, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they should put a little bit of some of the microbiology or the
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
you know the marine life.
Yeah.
You know, like hey, this is what we got to look for. This is what you know blue algae. This is what green algae. This is what you know. This is what this looks like. You know.
Because I've been on tons. I'm talking tons of guided trips.
Yeah.
And there's only been one. And guys, y'all don't go delete my phone number. I still want to get invited, right? But there's been only one. And I've had trips that stand out in different areas, right? Like the family aspect of trips or aspects of fish. But there's one trip that has standed out from all of them that was, and I could see, right? Okay, we're with Ram Garcia. There's really nothing that we could teach him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He already knows everything, right?
Yeah.
I could see that, right? I
Yeah.
could see that being thought, right? But there was one trip that I took that was like the dude wanted me. I don't know if he wanted me, but he wanted to teach. You know, he was like, look, dude, these shells, look at these shells. He was excited about it. And I was like, man, who cares about this shit? Because I told dude, if this shell, this special type of shell is here, there's gonna be students. And I was like, oh shit, no shit. He'd be like, yeah, dude. I was like, man, we better get out of here. He's like, no, man, it was stingrays.
So you read
Red shit. And I was like, really? He was like, it. Pull it out of the water, and he was like, yeah, when you see this thing orange, and this thing, and this thing has that thing. It's like, wow, dude, that's amazing, bro. But it was a degreed Christian captain.
Okay.
His name was James Sanji. And that dude, guide, right? Corpus Christi guide, he was like, forget about the catch.
Mm-hmm.
Let's focus on what's around us
Mm-hmm.
before the catching will be easy. Let's
Yeah.
find out what we're in first
Yeah.
to see what we got to do, right?
Yeah.
If we know our environment, then the catching will be easy.
Oh, yeah.
It'll come easy.
It'll come
Right.
easy.
Yeah. I'll drink to that. That's pretty.
Yeah. I get that. As soon as you said it, the stingrays, and it's funny, as soon as you said redfish, automatically,
Yeah.
you know, they're always with them. And
They're
if
like
there's
best friends.
oh yeah, all the time. And occasionally at the back of the school, there'll probably be about one or two females. Most of the time they roll in pairs. So there's going to be about two or three,
Yeah.
you know, pretty big, good-sized redfish back there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, they don't really scare me. You know, the stingrays, they don't really scare me. If you don't mess with them,
Yeah.
man, they're not going to shoot. You know, back whenever I was,
Y'all don't know how to walk. Hey, that's like,
yeah, if I mean, slide your feet, you know,
it's a shuffle.
a shuffle, yeah. But back in the day, whenever I was wading Cortland shoreline, well, we didn't have all this fancy stuff, man. I had K-Swiss. Sometimes I would just take my shoes off.
Back in the day,
barefoot.
stingrays wouldn't mess around.
No, not at all. You know,
It's not till recently that the stingrays don't mind. See,
even the sharks.
you know what I mean? Now,
sorry,
if they see a human in the water, guess what, homie?
yeah, you stepped in the
They're
water.
coming after us.
Yeah,
You know,
scary.
and they might just go and just bed down in front of you just so you can step.
Oh yeah. I think the one place that does scare me a lot, but I do love to fish it when I get a chance. And one of my mentors, his name is Captain Kevin Carmines. He's out of Port O'Connor. Great fisherman, excellent flounder guide. I mean, he does it all. He's got awesome airboat with a Corvette engine LS1.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it is beautiful.
So he's one of them guys that are just blowing the marsh up.
Yeah, he's got a an outlaw, JH outlaw. He just loves to fish.
Yes.
And
Damn,
he
his
took me
airboat's
to
got a
some places
Corvette
that
engine.
it's nice.
Wow.
Yeah, he took me out for my birthday a couple of years ago. And we're rolling by and I was like, man, this is a scary place. I would not want to be here. There are tons of alligators.
Oh shit! Where was it?
In Port O'Connor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, tons. It was crazy. We're coming out of it.
And y'all are waiting?
No. We were actually just in the boat, in the airboat. And you know, we're coming through the sluice because Port O'Connor's got a lot of turns, you know. To me, it's crazy, but it's not to him. He doesn't even use a GPS. He just knows where it's at. Okay. So we're coming out of Fifth Lake and coming out in the back and of Army, the old Army hole. And I started seeing the water kind of like vibrate. And he's like, what is that? And he's like, it's that right over there. And I looked, and sure enough, alligator. I was like, he's like, hey, you want to go wading? I was like, nope. Probably about in the hour that we were out there, probably saw about 5 of them. And they were all like
Pretty good ones?
10 to 12 foot long.
Oh wow.
I was like, I am not.
Yeah, once you get past 10 foot, I think I could take on a 10 footer. But like once you get past 10 footer, man, dude.
I don't know, man. Alligators, that's a whole different animal.
We fished in Louisiana recently for the Elite Series, and we ran across some alligators. Of course, we're on kayaks, right?
Yeah.
But still, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
damn.
Oh, like great
Well,
white.
what do alligators?
I think
If
they're.
we see stingrays, we're gonna see redfish. If we see alligators, we're gonna see what?
To me, I personally think it's going to be
Nothing.
pretty much nothing. But I
Are
mean,
you scared of them?
I don't know. I think it would probably go after redfish. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah, because there's a lot of sloughs,
Yeah, I
back
feel
lakes.
like you never see a school of trout tailing the edges.
Never,
Right. What
never.
you will see a school of reds tailing
Yeah,
the edges. I think those gators probably just be right there,
right
chilling.
there,
You know
man.
what I
And they're
mean?
quick,
Waiting.
and they
Yeah.
are quick, super quick.
Michael Dominguez says, "What is your go-to search bait when approaching a new area?"
My go-to search bait. That's a
Ooh,
good
that's
buddy
a
of
good
mine.
question.
So, good search bait when I'm just looking for a
Approaching a new area.
new area. Search
Yeah.
bait. Okay. Well, it depends on the area. Is there floating grass? Right?
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Is there, how deep is it? What color is the water?
So it's a little chocolate.
Ooh,
No floating grass. It's chocolate milk.
no
You get
floating
off the
glass,
boat,
chocolate
it's
milk.
maybe about 2 inches of mud.
I don't know. You know what? I think I'm more of like a fluke kind of type,
Okay, yeah.
tail kind of guy. So I like more natural bait. So
And that's for everything, redfish and shrimp.
yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. Unless the fish, the redfish are there, then it's gonna be probably more of a tattletale.
So you're a coastal brute bait.
I do. I like coastal brew. I really do. DOA, not DOA, down south lures. I love.
Okay.
I don't like. I like the super model.
Oh, I got
I
you.
like the bigger model. So, but to be honest with you, it's going to be either a pearl or an off-white,
And how are you
like
working this
vanilla
thing?
bean, like a vanilla bean.
Like just reeling it in or bouncing it off the bottom?
Um. Okay. So, and this is another thing. Also, when I'm fishing in an area, let's just say, okay, what time of year is it?
I think it's like November
You know,
15th. It's
it's
like the day of my birth.
Yeah, it's so let's just say, during the winter time, I'm probably going to be focused more on the sand pilots because sand holds heat. Mud doesn't. Mud holds cold. So that just depends. So if during the winter time, it's going to be, fishing sand pockets. So that's what's going to hold heat. So I'm going to use something like say like a quarter ounce or maybe like a soft dime. Something that's going to stay a little bit there, you know. Soft
In
dimes
the
are my
hot
favorite.
zone or stay at the bottom?
I'm gonna let it float in the middle.
Okay.
Give it a couple twitches. I like to work my soft dines, everything to pass this side a little bit. If
Okay.
it's one of those things where I'm
But you're in the water waiting.
yeah,
You're not like
always
on a boat
no
where you got
no
to
I'm
get the bait up,
no I don't really
right?
like fishing off the boat. I like to get off
Okay.
unless I'm sight casting. I'm on the towel.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but no, I mean yeah, new bait, new area. It's just it's gonna be probably a 1/8 and just work it slow, with its rod tip up, do some, side to side, but it's mostly going to be a white or a soft white, a vanilla bean.
Yeah.
This from Coastal Brew is like one of my favorites.
Like kind of autonica.
Yeah, I like the naughty hookers, the jig heads.
Okay.
So I love those, and they pair well with that 7 or that 6 inch. And if and I like to use real fast ratio lures or reels. So I use
Oh, really?
anything from like 31 to 33 inch per crank. That way I don't have to reel so fast to keep that 1/8 out. So let's just say they want it faster. I'm gonna be able to reel it in faster and keep it out of the grass.
Right.
If I was using
Even in the wintertime.
even in the wintertime.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not a topwater guy. I like the blow ups, don't get me wrong, but man, I get a little.
So when you're
My
using like
forearm gets a little bit tired whenever I start to keep on, keep on, keep it on, keep
yeah,
it on.
that's
Yeah.
tough, man. I'll
But
throw it maybe for the first 30 minutes of the morning.
yeah, I
And
could see
then
that if it's flat and glass,
yeah. Yeah.
But it's a little bit harder on the
Depends what,
fast
what the
ratio.
water's doing, right?
Yeah,
If you're seeing fish strike at the top,
yeah.
you're gonna want to throw a top
You
water.
see, shrimp flipping. You got a couple mullet, jumping, maybe some bait fish jumping, stuff like that. It's just gonna be a little hot zone.
Right.
You see some weights. But most of the time, to answer that question, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna fish it either slow and I'm gonna fish it fast. I'm gonna find out what they want.
Right.
Most of the time, and it's kind of a bad habit, but it's most of the time it's what I want them to hit, and it's what you got to figure out what they want.
Yeah.
So that's sometimes I'll take I wear a Forever Last bag that's got both sides, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
got my soft irons in the back, I got my plastics in the front.
And what do you do? Just
And
pick it up and spin it, or what?
Yeah, I
To
just
get to the back?
yeah, spin it, do whatever I gotta do. And then of course I got some G3 Raiders and very comfortable. And yeah, I mean, you only use like 1 or 2 lures the entire time.
Yeah.
And once they hit that color, I don't change. I just
Ever.
stay on
All day.
all day.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes I'm just like, man, I should have just put 2 in my pocket.
Right.
You know?
I feel like that's the most important thing, is finding what color works.
Exactly. I think a lot of people's problem is that whenever they see somebody catching something, and let's just say me and you are out,
You
and
want to
you're
buy
like, they're like, oh my God, like, hey man, what are you catching them on? Oh, I'm catching them on Texas chicken. Oh man, okay, well let me use this. It's like, oh, I just told you the color. I
Yeah.
got one in my pocket. You
Right.
want it? Things where it's like, oh man, well I'll try this, I'll try this, I'll try this. And I'm just like, well, you're throwing so many variations.
Right.
Yeah, they're looking at one thing. So if one thing works, we don't change it.
So you don't think it has to do with like the name of the lure?
No,
Like Texas chicken,
no, I honestly think it's just the way that you got it, the
Purple Rain.
presentation. Whatever you are confident, everybody's got a confident bait,
Yeah.
It's whatever you are confident in throwing,
I feel like if I was a lure maker, I wouldn't name it "This One Catches Red." And I bet you people would buy it.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'd be cruising the aisles here at Roy's Bait and Tackle and be like, dude,
Hey, where the redfish
hey,
at?
look at this one. This one says this one catches redfish. We're going red fishing
Yeah,
in the morning.
yeah.
Let me just try it.
Try it out.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't like those companies, man, that probably going to get in trouble for this one, but like you walk down the aisle and you see a brand and it's just thousands of colors.
Oh my God, it's like a kid in a candy store.
And then another company will just have like 6 colors,
Yeah. Yeah.
5, 6 colors.
Well, that's like, okay, so what we all started on Bass Assassins, saltwater assassins. They got every color of the
Oh,
rainbow.
yeah.
They're great. Don't get me wrong. I used them for years when those spec rigs start grabbing the lure, the straight to the rat tail, the glow with the chartreuse green on the tail. Caught tons of fish with that. For some reason, I don't use it for it. I don't fish at night. I like to fish during the day.
Right.
So now, I don't know. I just go with more of a confident bait.
I think media has done a lot. But before I get to that, we have one of our star contributors.
Oh,
His name's Austin Matthews. And he says, is color or size of lure more important?
well, that depends on the time of the year.
November 14th.
Right now, I'm probably going to be fishing a little bit bigger. Now, let's put it in perspective. Now, everybody knows Little Johns and
Oh,
XL
yeah.
Little Johns. We'll just use them for an example.
Yeah.
Right? So if it's wintertime, I'm probably going to be throwing the XL. If it's during the summertime, I'm going to downsize to the actual Little John.
Little John.
Yeah. And it's a fantastic bait.
What's the difference between a Little John, Little Johnner?
Little
What is
John
it?
and
Little
then a
John?
Little John XL.
What's the difference between that and a coastal blue?
To be honest with you, it's just the size. One of them's more like a fat.
One more like a little rat telly.
I would say the rat tail is more like your skinny rat tail, your coastal brew, and then you got your mirror lure, Little John, which is more of like a
stick bait.
a stick bait, but
I got one for you. What's the difference between a Little Johnner, a coastal brew bait company, and a trout? Because trout support's kind of Little Johnny.
like you're talking about Texas Tackle Factory.
No, trout support. He has a
Oh, Trout Support,
Yeah.
the top water one.
yeah, top
yeah.
water-ish,
Yeah, honestly,
suspending-ish.
I've never used that one.
Yeah, it's a pretty good bait.
Yeah, I mean I believe so. I just there's only really ultimately it boils down to me if it's going to work with my jig head. My 2 jig heads are knotty hookers, and owner twist locks.
Oh yeah, I love this. But do you use the Beast?
No, I haven't. I don't use the Beast. The most I'll go is if there's a lot of grass.
Man.
I usually grab my pliers and I slide the weight all the way up to the edge,
Oh,
in the
really?
corner, just to
Down to
lock
the
it in
hook
there. Yeah,
size
all the way
or
down
down to
to the
the
hole,
ties?
to the tie sauce.
Okay.
So I'll get it there and I'll give it one little twist so the way it doesn't move back and forth. That way you get that up and down,
Yeah.
right? Not that
Instead of just
gliding,
laying
you know? Because them trout, I'm a trout snob. I like fishing for trout. They're a little harder to catch. Now, if I catch a red, more to me, I'm more like, oh, I got a bonus red, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know, man. It's just the trout bite that just got me. The thump.
If you catch a red, you're gonna eat it.
No,
You can throw that one back to
that they're going back.
You don't even carry a stringer with you.
Don't carry a stringer.
Oh wow.
Nope. I got one, but I never use it. If my friend brings one, I'm like, hey man, you keeping fish? Yeah, okay. All right. Well,
And then you won't call him ever again.
no. No. We'll catch a bag and we'll go, have a just hang out and
What happens if we go fishing and hey, Rami, you keeping fish? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep a few, man. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna fish this area. And I'm like, all right, bro, I'm gonna fish this area over here. And then when I show up back to the boat, I got 3 redfish, I got 3 trout. How many flounder can you keep?
unless it's off a pull, don't keep any.
But like during the season.
Oh, and this is so weird, but I'm really like messing with I don't really like messing around with flowers.
How many trout can we keep, guys? Well, yeah. And then you got 5. I got also 5 drum in the stringer.
Man, I'm probably not gonna call you again.
You know what I mean? Like I got all of them, dude.
Oh my god.
I got all of them. And then you're like, hey man, why don't you take a picture of these fish? And then I'm like, hey bro, well, I'm having a fish fry tonight. Well,
Hey man, as long as I'm there.
I'm graduating tonight, man. And you want to quinceañera or something.
Yeah. Hey, I'll help you.
You know what I
I'll
mean?
be right there to help you out. Let's go get these fish cleaned up.
Man, but you know who's mainstream media? Like them guys, how do you feel about them guys that like, fill up them stringers with reds and trouts and drums and flounder and gaff top and they're just slamming them stringers on the boat. Sometimes they got like over 30 redfish on them.
To me, it's none of my business, but I kind of tell myself like,
Oh, it's 5 flounder.
I ask myself, I'm like, why? For what? You
For
know,
media, bro.
for
the
social
likes.
media?
They like them. Though.
I mean, I do it too, but
But you just take your shirt off and you get enough likes.
no, I just, like I like to hold my fish up and be like, hey, look, this is what I did today. I had fun. Maybe it'll inspire somebody else to do something new, right? So that's what I like to do. I like to inspire instead of actually really show off. If I'm showing off a fish, it's going to be over 6 pounds.
Oh man.
It's just one of those things.
A trout.
Like a trout, yeah. Redfish, great. They're awesome. They're fun to catch. I mean, even if they're like 20, 19 inches, they're going to fight like a really big trout, right? But when you got something on the line that's like say 27 inches, it's gonna fight harder than a 30-inch trout all day. But they're gonna give you a fight. They're gonna see how well you handle it. And if you're working with trebles, like say now let's just say a double beach, right? It sits more towards the top of the water. So you're not really gonna get a good enough hook set like some that, will actually fully chunk it and get it, in their mouth. They're usually on the outside and they're not dumb. They're that big for a reason. And I've actually seen it where the water's so clear, these fish will go down and they will swipe the bottom of the sand to try to knock that hook out. And I've actually seen it done. And I've lost some due to that. But that's where, your true.
That's crazy, right?
This is where you find out, okay, this is for me or not. Because this trout is gonna really, really, really gonna try you.
The redfish is just gonna run and then he's gonna give up.
And the one thing that everybody says, and I hope I don't make anybody mad out there, but they're always like, "Oh man, right in the corner of the mouth," and I'm like, I've never caught a redfish anywhere else but the corner.
None.
Okay. Never. It's always been important. But a trout is so.
Have you ever caught a redfish or a trout where the fish comes out of the water and the lure is just placed perfectly for pictures?
You know what? If the lure doesn't fall out and it's in a perfect spot, then I like to get a picture of it. Just to show some support. I remember, and he's a great guy too. Colton Blackwell, cool.
Yeah.
That guy's good. He
Headline sponsor.
yeah, he gave me some couple packs, and I told him, I was like, man, this vanilla bean is really good. He's like, hey man, just catch big fish for me and put it on, post it. I was like, okay. So me and a buddy, we went down right before the lane cut, and man, I probably about shin deep water. And I caught a pretty good size 28-inch speckled trout, and I mean, it was perfect, just right on the edge of the mouth. I mean, right on the corner, and it was a good picture.
So that was probably what, 6 inches of water?
Yeah, probably.
What gets you to throw into that?
To be honest with you, I
would never even think of it.
It would. To be honest with you, it was the presentation of what I was given to. It was the stage setup of what I'm actually looking at, because there's a bunch of grass over here, but then you got sand and you got a grass line.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna walk on that grass line. I'm gonna let my friend fish give him his room, but I'm gonna stay right here because I feel like there's something. It's like having a you got a gut feeling.
I feel like
Something might.
I'm just gonna go check it out.
Just check it out.
Sure enough.
And you know what? I've seen actual people do it, and that's probably why I did it. But I've seen people catch very big trout just flying off the shore, just walking. I'm like, man.
Would you be mad if your buddy just started walking towards you? Like after you get that first hookup, he just starts walking towards you. Like, man, what are you doing?
So I'm not biased on that at all. As long as I catch one, my day is done. My whole thing is I try to tell people I came out here for one thing and one thing only, for one big trout. After that, I don't care about anything else. As long as I caught a trout over 6 pounds, hey, my day, I've had a pretty good day.
Oh wow. So one fish, and guess what? Let's go hit up a taqueria.
Hey, let's go catch some redfish.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Let's go do something.
And you're not going to keep any of them.
No. I mean, I've shown people
like I'm getting upset.
No, okay, so I got daughters, right? So they're 3 and 6, and I got a 17. I can't forget about her. She lives in Staten Kentucky, but my little girls love fish. The reason I don't like to keep redfish is because of the sweetness. Yeah. Oh yeah. Worry about all that stuff. My little girls. I don't want them.
Yeah.
Trout. When you put it in a Crisco Bay, you don't really have to worry about those little sweetness because it kind of turns soft. If there is, it's already soft, and there's not a lot of bugs at all, and they're really easy to clean. You don't have to spend out there all day. You don't have to use 2 knives. There is a little trick that I have shown some people that, they'll be like, yeah, I like to keep breasts too much. They got that blood. Well, you put your index finger behind their pectoral fin and you bleed them out on both sides and you leave them in the water, they'll be white.
Yeah.
That blood will come out. And it's worked for a couple people. But like I said, to me, if I'm going to fry fish, it's going to be for my babies. Yeah.
Hey, before we pull the plug here, I want to talk a little bit about some cream.
Okay.
Because we've already been going for an hour and 3 minutes.
Wow.
Right? Unless my computer's fast.
Great show.
Somebody correct me if we've been going. So they want to do away with Texas parks. And they want to abolish churches. I think. Right. Some people say it's Papi Trump. My Papi. My Papi Trump. Right, I've heard that one. I don't know if it's coming from him or not.
Yeah.
I think it's coming from a state representative.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't know too much about it.
I didn't even hear about that.
But what do we need Texas Parks and Wildlife? I mean, I don't expect you to know everything, right? And maybe we could get some of the viewers to chime in, but what do we need
I mean,
to give us tickets?
no, just to make sure everybody's doing their part.
So like babysitters.
Not babysitters, because I haven't really seen it. I haven't seen a game where I
We
maybe
don't
see
think
like maybe
the
like
state
once.
troopers can do it.
You know, no, that's a wholly different bracket. You know, it's just like being in the military. There's different roles for different jobs and different responsibilities. You know, everybody's got something to do. You know, I believe that, you know, different parts of the season they're focused on different stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, like hunting.
Yeah,
It's
when it
not
comes
just
down to
fishing.
hunting and stuff like that, you know, they got your hunters that'll go hunt during the winter time, and you got your trout fishermen. They're like, hey man, it's trout season.
Right.
You can go get a big pork cup.
Yeah.
You know. But I don't know. To be honest with you, I think they're just there just to keep everybody in line.
Let's read some of the comments that I did a post actually a couple of days ago. It was this dude right here. And we're going to read a little bit from it. I want fairness in regulations. State rep, we're not going to say his name, right? But it starts with a P and it ends with a T. And his last name starts with a C and ends with a Y. And there's two R's. There's also a U right after the C. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. Files bill to abolish Texas parks and wildlife. Is that crazy?
That is crazy.
Flaco Lerma says he loves it. Says he even said it himself. Probably won't pass to abolish the TPWB, but at least it gets us to talk about the regulations. Seems like most rules and regs are passed based on social media evidence and feelings.
I think people are just getting with their feelings a little bit too much.
My hands are tied, bro. You know what I mean?
You know, I think people just got to give a little bit of break if they want to get into the politics of everything. You know, it's just like,
Yeah.
you know, last 4 years, okay, they weren't that great. You know, Trump being back in office, there's still, you know, people talking.
Trump has nothing to do with it.
But I'm just saying, in perspective of
Or does
politics, it could be, it could be, well,
I'm sure this dude is Trump's friend. Right?
maybe, I know, gonna, you know, I'm on Facebook.
I feel like Trump's not he probably doesn't even know what the heck a speckled trout is.
Yeah, sad.
Does he?
But, you know, like I
Some
said,
people blamed it on Trump.
you know, it's not a bad thing. It's just like everything else. It's always going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
Right?
Some people say it'll never happen. Brian Simmons says only reason to abolish any law enforcement agency is because one wants to break law.
Yes, I agree.
It's a good one too.
I